And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to welcome you all to the How To Tuesdays, Helpful Tuesdays with the Hello LLC. And if you don't know, Hello stands for Helping Entrepreneurs Leverage Leading Edge Optimizations. And today is all about how to increase and achieve business growth. And we're going to be talking about monthly membership strategies today. Monthly membership strategies today. Let me get untangled here and definitely help you guys all understand that you all should have a monthly membership. And today is always a great day for our How To Tuesdays, where this is part of our Pivot membership. If you don't know about our Pivot membership, you're going to learn about it even more in depth today, because today is all about sharing with you guys why we started our monthly membership and why you should start your own as well. And I don't care who you are or what you do, this is what the future is all about, because Netflix, Hulu, Disney Channel, all these companies have been implementing memberships, and you're going to find out why you too should start your own. And especially as we continue this amazing week, you guys know that tomorrow is our Wisdom Wednesday, where we talk about and always talk about with our amazing Tara. She's going to take you to the moon and back. But tomorrow we're going to be talking about the frequency of money. And then this week, my friends, you definitely want to join us this week for our live Hello Pivot, our live broadcast that takes place in the metaverse. Like, we encourage you guys to come and join us right now and watch this live in the metaverse. And you guys can see that your crusty dusty Zoom, your crusty dusty webinars, your crusty dusty master classes, they ain't got nothing on this metaverse. I'm just sharing that with you right now, especially as we had the opportunity this week to watch the Cat Williams, comedy show. And a lot of you guys have Netflix and you probably watched it, and you heard him at the very beginning share with you guys all that right now is the greatest time to be living in today's society ever, right? Because right now, more than ever, we have access to everything and anything, and you can create it. It's not like back in the day, you had to have millions of dollars to showcase your business, broadcast your business, let people know what you do, all of that. You now have access to that through these different social media platforms that we continue to share with you all to expand your horizons and keep going, keep pivoting, and keep transitioning to increase your brand recognition, because it's not just about selling. You got to build your brand first before you start selling. And this building a Pivot membership, as we have, has helped us do exactly that. And that's why we continue to share with you guys all. We want more for you than from you at the end of the day. And so that is why we're going to continue to share with you 20 reasons why you should start your Pivot membership. You already know we're going to share some facts and stats. Then we're going to share some other case studies, because you're going to be like, well, how am I going to do it? And we're going to show some case studies. And then we're going to show you how you can start. We're going to show you how you can implement. And we're going to show you how you can actually promote that membership as well as we do. And so, before we get started, love, I really want to hear, your bits and tips on this. Don't go too deep into it.
Don't
right?
take all his stuff.
Don't take all the magic. Right. Of, what, when you hear monthly membership, to you, what does that mean for you, as, we have ours? What would you share on that?
Well, I'll share 2 points of view: before we were business owners and being a consumer,
Yep.
and then also from a business point of view and from that side. So the consumer side would, before we owned a business, or in our early days of owning a business, when we weren't even, when we did not have a membership or consider even offering a membership, it was, I had two different distinct ways of things that were really helpful, and then things that were helpful but I didn't use. And the reason I say that is because I found memberships to be extremely helpful and beneficial if they set it up properly, meaning they set it up to where the client who was purchasing into the membership felt like they were getting their money's worth. That's the biggest thing. Do you feel like you're getting your money's worth, right? And as a consumer, that's what we really want, is like, is this worth XYZ amount of dollars per month in order for me to feel like, yeah, if I don't even use it every month, I still feel like I'm getting my money's worth, right? So that was the consumer point of view was, am I getting my money's worth? Now, let's flip it to the business side when we became business owners and we realized the value of having a membership. Let me just say this is that it took David and I some time to get there. It was nearly we decided to have a membership. I will also say it came with lessons to understand our value of who we are and what we offered. And I'm sure David's going to jump into that today.
Yep.
But it was really us having an awakening and realizing how much we were giving out and how much was being reciprocated. And we had to realize that there was a time and place where we had to monetize that, right?
Yeah.
In order for our growth. And then the last thing was, back to this value is what program membership can we put together that we feel that as consumers, we would want to buy into it. We would want to spend our money. This is a denomination that I feel like I'm getting my money's worth, right? Because to David and I, again, we see ourselves as consumers as well. Just because we're business owners does not mean that we stopped being consumers, right? And so we have to remember the same things that we are wanting from other businesses. It's kind of like in a relationship. The same thing that I'm wanting from David in a relationship, I have to show up and give as well. And so that's the same thing as in businesses. The same thing that you are wanting to provide within your value system of your membership or your growth or, your growth strategies or however you're structuring those, you have to be redeemable as my money's worth. And so that's the short, sweet, and simple. I just appreciate everybody being here today. Thank you so much. It's good to be here with you. If you guys want to watch us live, you are more than welcome to hit thehellowllc.io. Go to I always say but it's thehellowllc.io. And you can scroll down and jump into the metaverse. You can do that by your phone, just like you're joining us through your phone on any other application right now. Because guess what, guys? We do most of our business and our daily activities on the phone. And so we understand the importance of utilize the technology we have in our hands and how can we maximize that. And that's exactly what today's conversation is how to utilize our technology to maximize our growth and monetize, because it's also a good thing to understand monetization is good in business. Do not let people get you into the thought that it's not. And secondly, to understand that the way to do it organically and healthy. So I hope that helps, Mr. Jones. Back to you, my love.
Yeah. And so, when we talk about, monthly memberships before and after, there's different mindsets that people have. And, like you said, it's up to you of how much you utilize it and what, you learn and what you leverage. And that's just like in anything. We always talk about, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about that. But there's multiple memberships out there that can help you get exactly that. And a lot of times it's up to us to take action and to be able to, invest in ourselves. And that's something that you should be able to share with your community. And you should be able to really be able to help other people out, especially as we talk about social media changes from Facebook to Instagram to TikTok. Everybody is seeing the subscriptions to get access into my community, to get access to this particular type of content. So it's already there for you. You just, get to keep it on your platform. Not only that, building your community. And then not having to start at zero every single month. As a business owner, I know for us, before we had the pivot, it was like, okay, what business are we going to bring in to get that one time as an entrepreneur or even as an employee?
Yeah.
You have a monthly, number that you have to hit every month, and every month you start at zero. Imagine if you didn't start at zero every month and you had this reoccurring revenue that came into your business. And that is exactly what a subscription-based business can do for you, that we continue to share with others, that you should be able to implement this in to where not only from an entrepreneur standpoint, you have actual overhead that you have to meet. But by building the subscription base into your business, now this money can be coming into your business to cover a lot of those expenses and to really keep your business afloat and running with revenue. And then as we talk about, showcasing your talent, being able to curate this information, a lot of us have to understand that, us utilizing, these social audio apps, this right here is content for your subscription, which is why, moving forward, we're going to stop having this recorded. You're going to have to, come to our Pivot membership to get these recorded, calls that we do, because in all reality, we are giving you the game. We're giving you the game.
If you
right
don't catch
now
it live,
on Tuesdays,
the replay is behind the membership.
We're sharing with you the game of how to build your business. And a lot of the times people don't take advantage of that. And so that's why we encourage you guys to, start your membership there. Being able to, talk about, these future technologies as we're talking about, I want you guys to understand Instagram just came out with, a program that you're going to have to pay to play. And as I shared with you guys a year ago when Threads came out, that they changed over their servers, it's going to get to the point to where on these social media, on these social or media apps, you're going to have to pay to post. You want to, you want to post 10 times a month? Well, here goes our basic package. You want to post 100 times a month? Here goes our premium package. And so you're going to have to pay to play, as we move forward in the social media room. And then
can I ask you something on that?
Go ahead.
Do you feel that is fair? And if it is, or do you, I don't know if fair is such a good word, but do you feel like that's justifiable? And then the other thing is, do you think that's sustainable?
Which part of the
monetization of paying to, well, right now, the monetization of being able to, Facebook and Instagram are monetizing our eyes, and we're not getting any money off of it, but they're dictating how many people get to see your posts. Do you feel that is justifiable? Do you feel that's
no, I don't, which that brings us to
the sustainable portion of it, right?
Exactly, the sustainable portion of it, but that brings us to an even higher up conversation. This is why we're pivoting over to Web3.
Exactly.
This is why all of your content, all of your information is now going to be decentralized to where now you can get the benefits of it, which is why we share with people having your own metaverse world will allow you, as we have, put all of our Pivot, information into a world where people can come and watch and view all of this information in our Pivot, membership in metaverse, to where they have to pay to get into that. And just like with these artists, just like with these authors, just like with, Chef Andy, hey, in order for you to get to my subscription, instead of having fan base, instead of having Instagram, instead of having Facebook take a cut of our money, right, and them dictate who gets to see it, who doesn't, because we're all building our own community in a way, because we all now have access to that. This is where now we get to play. This is where now, if you're staying ahead of the curve, you're able to set this up and not have to worry about all this stuff, because you're pivoting your actual community over into this 3D web where you don't have to worry about all these restrictions, right? And who sees your stuff and who doesn't at the end of the day. So hopefully that answered your question.
Leslie. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course, I knew, where we're driving that conversation is to understanding the importance of Web3 and why you're talking about what you're talking about today within the monetization. It comes down to owning your content. And part of the monetization that you're talking about within having a membership or a subscription platform is owning your content. And Web3 is going to allow us to do that, to where we then take the power back to where Instagram is no longer monetizing our eyeballs and we don't get paid for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to recap, I want to welcome you all to the Hello LLC. If you guys do not know, Hello stands for Helping Entrepreneurs Leverage Leading Edge Optimizations. More importantly, we are here to help everyone live life optimally. We can help you, but that saving part is definitely up to you, to where our forward entrepreneurs, our forward thinkers that understand and know that times are changing and things are changing and you have to change. We are that source, that resource to really be able to help you make that pivot and that transition over into this Web3, over into this AI, over into understanding robotics and all these things that are coming amongst us faster than you can possibly imagine, especially as yesterday we showcased ChatGPT 4.0 was released yesterday. If you guys didn't know about that, where that is a game changer.
For Omni.
Yeah, for Omni. And just today, Gemini came out with theirs. And so they did their launch party. They said, hold on, player. We're coming with ours too. And so we're going to be doing a review on that. So you guys check out our TikTok, check out our YouTube. We played it all day yesterday and today. It'll be playing in the Hello Plaza where you guys can watch the whole entire review, where now you can have, active translator. If you're worried about traveling the country, you can literally open up your phone and it can be a live translator. You can be able to read code. It now can sense emotion, to where I've been sharing with you guys, if you're not utilizing ChatGPT, you're about to be falling behind, because now we've moved from these prompts to now being able to vocalize what you want it to produce, what you want it to create. And this is where the communication, effective communication, is going to come into play. And so we talked about this being algebra, that you have to stay on top of it or you're going to be left behind. That is where we're at now with this next release of this Omni 4, this ChatGPT 4 that we talked about yesterday. What you got?
I saw Gemini today in their little, I only got clips of it. We're going to watch the rest of it tonight after we get done with this.
Yeah.
But theirs is where they're able to show the camera. So they're able to talk to Gemini and say, okay, I'm going to, I'm going to scan the room with my camera.
Uh-huh.
Please point out any device that makes noise or has audio.
Oh, wow.
And so this lady was standing in the office and she just starts scanning the office, and it came across like a speaker, like a, you could tell it was a speaker, a little speaker on its desk.
Yeah.
And the AI device says, there's a speaker on the desk that will emit audio and sound. And then, so she walked up onto the speaker, and it had a speaker at the top and it had a speaker at the bottom. 2 speakers on one, table stand right there. Mm-hmm. And so the lady pointed at the top speaker and said, well, okay, great. Can you tell me what this speaker does? And she's like, well, that's the tweeter, and the tweeter does this. And then the bottom speaker is the bass, and it does this, and breaks down the components of that speaker, and then identify the possible model of it. It was very cool. So just sharing with that, because we are here, guys.
Yeah. And so that'd be a topic that we'll talk about, guys, as we detour and fly off of the subscription piece of monthly subscription, because I want to go over 20 reasons and facts and stats why you all should have a monthly membership in your business, in your portfolio, somehow, some way. And we're going to open up some eyes for a lot of you, especially a lot of the times we get into these social audio rooms and people lead with feelings and not facts. And sometimes we allow our feelings to become facts, and that's absolutely untrue. Okay, we can't be leading with feelings. I get you on that, but facts over feelings. So here we go. Predictable revenue, number 1. Okay, you're going to be able to have predictive revenue, customer retention, increase customer value, lifetime value, reoccurring revenue, access to customer data, upselling opportunities, competitive advantages, easier budgeting for customers, encourages regular usage, cross-selling opportunities, better cash flow management, membership, community building, reduce risk, subscription box trend, scalability, market insights, continuous improvements, and brand loyalty. Those are the 20 reasons why you should have an actual monthly membership. And not only that, some of the biggest facts that I'll share with you guys is that, look, McKinsey and Company, this ain't just David coming up with these facts, right? These are known, surveys and people that do their due diligence of giving us these facts and stats. McKinsey and Company says subscription-based businesses typically have more predictable revenue streams than 80 to 90% of their revenue coming from existing customers. So often, a lot of the times, like I said, we're starting at 0, and we need to be looking at the fact that you already have clients right now. you've built trust, you've built their, your brand recognition with them, and they're continuously growing, especially for what we do. We continuously are updating the things that we do. So our clients. And so that's where we continue to get, this revenue stream from. Customer retention, right? Research by brand and company shows that increasing customer retention rates by 5% can increase your profits by 25 to 95%. Okay.
Hello.
So keeping your customers is huge, and a customer, an actual monthly membership is a big piece of that. Increase customer lifetime value. According to Adobe, subscription customers spend 50% more than non-subscribers over their lifetime with the company. So you being able to have a monthly membership in your actual business, right, increases the spend that your customers spend with you, especially if you're continuing to grow your business and build your business. And as I continue to share with you, do you have a hustle or do you have a business? Because a business is continuously adding on to what they're currently doing, right? Not doing what they did before the pandemic. After the pandemic, we're now 2 years after that. Are you doing the same thing, or are you building? Because I'm here to share with you, what got you here won't get you there. So it's time to rebuild and restructure, which is even more importantly why we share with you guys our Biz in a Box, our Hello Plaza storefront that you can get your business into the metaverse. And you do not need to have, a headset, the VR headsets, none of that. You can join right now by your cell phone. That I hope I can get one of you guys to jump in here and to see what this metaverse looks like that everybody's talking about. You keep hearing about it, but you're not pressing no buttons to be advantage and see the advantages of how it can build your business. It's not just fun and games. And something that me and Tara are going to be doing next week for our Hello Thursday that we're going to take for our Hello Pivot. We're going to go through a whole entire, we're going to go through a whole entire course of each one of these metaverses, because what we've come to find out, a tour. And what we've come to find out is that we've been, sharing with you guys, you're seeing your kids with Roblox, you're seeing your kids with Fortnite. Well, that's metaverse. And I'm here to share with you, that's not. It's not. The worlds that we are in are nowhere near as blocky and bulky and just It's like, what? No. And so I'd have to apologize to you all right now. Me and Tara have been selling you short on that concept of it being and looking like Roblox or Fortnite.
We've done you an injustice.
Yeah, we've done you injustice, where we encourage you guys to really hit those buttons up at the top, especially those of you that are in our clubhouse or in fan base. That link is up at the top where you definitely can jump into the metaverse and see exactly what it looks like, right? And so as we talk about, some more reasons being able to lower customer acquisition costs. Harvard Business reviewed and found that acquiring new customers can be anywhere from 5 to 25 times more expensive than retaining an existing one. Okay? That in itself is huge. You having customers join your actual membership. Prime example, Chef Andy down here, who's one of our Biz in a Box clients and one of our actual Hello Plaza storefront owners. He's going to be, implementing, his own membership to where now he can tell people, hey, come into the metaverse and come and watch me cook. Come and get my recipes. Come and look at, my shows that I have done or I'm about to do. And you get access to those, regardless if you can show up live or not. You get access to it because you're part of my membership. You all could do that, to where a lot of you are doing seminars, live seminars, webinars, master classes. You now can give people access to come and join you for free, or join you on a monthly basis, or join you, on a yearly basis whenever you do your webinars. And so this is definitely taking it to the next level. And so when we talk about, flexibility for customers, did you have anything you want to add on that?
No, I just think that's excellent information, and that people need to really kind of understand the value of them doing the work one time and the community that wants to be a part of it being able to consume it multiple times. So we're working smarter, not harder. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And so, the next thing would be, flexibility for your customers. A lot of the times when people do webinars, when people do, these events and things of that sort, sometimes it might not be the right time for them. Having a monthly membership, right, will be able to allow that client or that customer to join in on their time, on their leisure, whether that be a Sunday, whether that be a Saturday, whether that be 2-3 o'clock in the morning, or when they really want to start doing some things. And so, they found that, survey found that 71% of consumers prefer a subscription service because they offer greater flexibility compared to traditional purchasing models. Ta-da! And so that right there should be a huge hit. And let me give you guys all a hint. If I see any of y'all open up a membership subscription, I want my cut. We want our cut for giving you the idea. I'm just letting you know that right now. I hear any of y'all on any of these other social audio apps talk about social memberships, and you don't mention the Hello LLC gave me this idea, I'm coming for you. We are coming for you. I'm just letting you know that right now. That's all fun and games, right? But I want you all to understand that is huge for you to be able to implement that into your business, especially knowing the facts, like I said, over your feelings. And not only that, recurring revenue. A study, a subscription trade association found that businesses with recurring revenue models grow about 8 times faster than those with traditional models. Hello. So that right there in itself should be a huge indicator of why you should be able to implement, an actual, a monthly membership. Upselling opportunities. McKinsey found that businesses that successfully upsell existing customers can increase their revenue by 10 to 30%. How many of you want to increase your revenue? Hello, there you go. And this is year over year. Okay, this is month over month of having a subscription-based model. Okay, according to a survey, here we go. 52% of global consumers say that they are more likely to switch to brands if a company doesn't have a personalized communication with them. So
they're 52% of global consumers are saying they'll switch if they don't have any personalization communication with them or are having any sort of personalization.
Yep. And just prime example,
over half
with our Pivot membership, we give people access in multiple different ways where they can join us at our $7 a month membership, right? Where they can get access to well over 100 videos and access to get us, they get a chat line with us. Yep. And then they can join us at the $27 a month. This gets you, a one-on-one with us for 45 minutes every single month. This gets you access to being able to have a Hello AI MotionWorks built for you twice a quarter. So those of you that want to increase your storytelling and are not great behind the camera, in front of the camera, we build out an AI avatar that allows us to put this personalization behind it and create these AI avatars that you're utilizing. And some of you are already utilizing it without you even knowing about it because you're putting a filter on when you go live, putting a filter on when you go on TikTok, putting a filter on when you take a picture. And so why not increase that and have it talk for your business or talk for your actual Pivot membership, right? Or should I say your membership, where you can join our membership, where we can build out your membership for you and help you with the actual, content.
Miss Merlin's not in here, but we were able to help her build out her membership and help. We've actually helped a few other customers, but Miss Merlin's was pretty intricate. It was on a platform that a CRM that she already had. And so she actually gave us, the keys to that, device, essentially gave us the login. We went in there, set it up for her and tested out. And then, bada bing, bada boom. She's rocking and rolling, has her membership up where she's able to provide leadership skills, master classes and whatnot. And that was all built on her system that she already had from a CRM point of view, because she already had where her content was living, and it had a membership ability, but she didn't know how to build it out. And so she was like, hey, I already got the platform. I need you guys to build it out for me. And then the other individuals that we've assisted, they didn't have a platform, but they had some content that they didn't have a content living anywhere that they wanted to be able, or in a centralized location. So we centralized that content. We provided the platform, which is a third-party platform. That is not our platform. I say that because we're not the roofers. We're not out here on the roof, putting the roof up. We're utilizing technology. Ours, what we do is we can show you, teach you, or do it for you.
Boom.
And so that is what I'm sharing, is that wherever you're at, even if you can set it up yourself and you need help strategizing, that too, we help you with that. So back to you, Ms. Jones.
Yeah. And so, once again, guys, we appreciate you guys joining us today. We are on all these different social media outlets.
We're
on TikTok Live. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Pinterest. We're on where else are we?
Clubhouse.
We're on Clubhouse. We're on Fanbase. We're on Twitch and
X
Spaces. Guys, we are everywhere, multitasking and getting this word out there to help you guys all really be able to strategically build your business, because we continue to remind you, stop listening to these old crusty dusty people that are sharing with you to do old outdated systems. Okay, old outdated things that worked back then just 4 or 5 years ago that do not work now. They won't work now, especially as we pivot forward. Tara and I was listening to...
I was going to say, literally, we were about to say the same thing. Every conversation I've seen in the last 24 hours, whether it's a YouTube we've been watching or it's been a long form video on TikTok, it is people who are in the Web3 space, more so the fintech side of things. And they are and these are people who are doing special interviews on NBC and CNBC and Fox and all of them, all of them, not just one. It's not just one-sided. It is all of them. These are people who know their shit. I'm just saying this. It is not David and Tara out here on the roof putting your roof on. It is, and you guys, every one of them said, you will not recognize the systems that we have in place within, now, it's starting now. We're in the middle of it now. And in 3 to 5 years, it is going to be at a point where it's it's just massively adopted. It's widely adopted. It's, adopted at the level of mass adoption. And so my point being is, you think that we're speaking about a future content. You think that we're speaking to future happenings. The happenings are happening now. It just doesn't happen overnight. It happens behind the scenes when nobody's paying attention. Why do you think they keep you distracted with all of the entertainment things? Well, the, rap beefs that are going on, all of the geopolitical things that are happening. I mean, I'm not discounting any of that, but what I'm trying to share with you is that is purposeful distraction planted to keep you distracted, so you're not paying attention to the technology that is making the transition that would allow you generational wealth. But they don't want, again, you have to understand the game you're playing. And most of you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I love you, but you don't understand the rules and the game that's being played. And so you are the pawn. You think that you're a free thinker. You think that you're able to think outside of this, but you're the pawn. And you have to understand, doing things like this where you're sharing the information, monetizing it in a membership, being able to make these transitions into Web3 and understanding where we're going helps you build a stronger strategy for outcomes that you want to see in a generational, way, instead of just tomorrow, right? We want it long-term, not short-term. Yeah. So back to you, Mr. Jones.
No, you're spot on. And we got Miss Marilyn in the building with us as well over here on Clubhouse. And so check this out. I'm going to go through some companies and we're going to see if you are a part of any of these companies. And you're paying their monthly subscription, and then you'll be like, dang, why don't I have my own monthly subscription? Here we go. Half of y'all gonna be out on this one. Netflix,
Everybody got Netflix.
Spotify, Amazon Prime. Everybody's out, right? Adobe, Dollar Shave Club. I remember when that commercial came on of, hey, subscribe to our monthly membership and get access to all these shaving creams or get access to the shaving. I was like, ain't nobody gonna do that. And then after a while, it just kept getting popular and popular and popular. And then my ass signed up for one at one point where I was getting razors at the house. And so, that was just
I remember that.
Yeah, right. And then, Blue Apron. That's the food.
Yeah,
place.
we tried that.
We tried the food place. So ours was HelloFresh.
Yep.
It's on here, right?
I've had a
Birchbox.
Birchbox. Sorry.
is the next one. It's all right. Those of you that have grandkids.
Oh, wait, kids, no, you don't got kids. I had a Disney Plus.
Right. Disney Plus.
Sorry,
account.
I'm taking all.
It's all right. You're good. Peloton has a monthly subscription. Stitch Fix has a monthly subscription. Apple Music.
We have one of those.
Yep, has a monthly subscription. Office, Microsoft Office 365.
We have one of those.
Right.
BarkBox.
We had one of those.
We had one of those when we had the puppy dogs.
Right.
Yep.
LinkedIn Premium. A lot of you that have LinkedIn Premium paying that $99 a month, right? For LinkedIn Premium. That's a monthly subscription. PlayStation Plus.
You used to have one of those.
Yeah, I used to have one of those, right? PlayStation Plus. Hulu is another one. The New York Times, Dropbox, Patreon is a huge one. OneDrive is another one, right? Yeah. And so these are companies right now that have a monthly subscription for their business. And so this is where we all have to be able to really understand that why don't you have your own monthly subscription and being able to pivot this, especially utilizing the metaverse. Like in our Hello Plaza, we have it to where people that are part of our membership in one of our worlds, you can go through one of our doors and you have access to all of our actual, videos where people now get to have a different experience. Just like yesterday when ChatGPT did the release party, right, on the old traditional YouTube, I asked people, hey, do you want to go to YouTube and watch this boring, crusty, dusty, flat screen YouTube? Or would you prefer to come into the metaverse, right, and watch, something completely different, from this 3D immersive environment that people literally get to, come in here and watch? As you guys can, if you're watching us live, you'll be able to see that we were literally able to, showcase it in the room with this big screen behind us, that now we were able to, showcase the metaverse in a completely different way. And that's what this is all about, is really upping the experience and showcasing your business in a different way, because not a lot of people want to come to the masterclass or the webinar or, to that one-time event where now you can implement, an actual membership into your business and allow people to really, adapt and learn things differently. What you got?
Well, my question would be to you is, for all those people that are listening and that are going to listen to this, on the backside, is, well, I don't know what to put in my membership. I don't know what to give. I'm not doing anything that is of value to give, or, I only give my time. I only have meetings with people. I don't know, how to monetize that I don't know how to set that up into a membership. Or you can be on the other side of this, where we have like Giggles, who's up here, and, to be able, she has flowers. How does she monetize that? Or you have Chef Andy over here. How does Chef Andy monetize that? It's different. Some of them have physical goods and services. Others are giving their knowledge and their strategies and their, assistance through that, so their expertise.
Yeah.
So how would people be able to, set that up from an expertise side, that I have the experience and expertise, or on the product side that I offer a products or services?
Well, I'm glad you asked that.
I know you are.
I'm glad you asked that. So we have, as I shared with you guys, we got some case studies for you all that you could now start implementing, right? So I'm going to go through a couple, then I'll stop. If anybody wants to come on stage, anybody wants to introduce themselves, show what they're up to, please feel free to raise your hand. Come on up here. Let's know who you are, what you do, and what you're all about. And I see Miss Marilyn Giggles is up here. Raven, how you doing, ma'am? We definitely got to get you back into the metaverse if you haven't already. Miss Maya, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see we got Miss Elizabeth, Miss Cheryl, Andy. I don't want to butcher that name. I believe Mr. David, how you doing? I got to give you a follow. And then we have over here on Fanbase, Miss Nahas. Hopefully I'm not butchering your name.
Yeah, that was good pronunciation. Yep.
Perfect.
Nahas.
Come on up here and correct me if I got it wrong. And then, of course, everybody that is in our Hello Plaza and then in TikTok. So, here we go. So, Miss Marilyn, Miss Giggles, did you ladies have anything you wanted to add? Miss Marilyn, I don't know if you're available to talk, but would love to hear from you if you are.
Oh, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I said, yeah, why y'all calling me? David and Tori, you know you're talking about me. Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, I'm laughing. I said, man, they could have told me this in private, but they want to call me out. But you know what? I'm very comfortable. Call me out because I'm one of the ones that don't know what I got to say, how to put it in. So I'm here. I'm ready to listen and learn. You did it with me once. Now let's see you do your magic again. Okay? That's all I got to say. Let's enjoy this ride, friends. I'm glad to see you on Fanbase. That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am. That indeed.
Again, my name is Merlin. I am the founder of Empowering Minds, where I come in and help you take your family child care business to the next level, help you assess your program, help you with professional development, also support you in those strategies that you may not be aware of, and become that voice, that strong voice as an advocate for your program, connecting with your community, connecting on a state and federal level, understanding that you have to be a part of those policies. And when we fight together, we win together. We win together for the sake of the kids. So again, you can push that button. I am on Empowering Minds. And lastly, I want to say, support me in supporting my granddaughter as she pursue her goals for gymnastics, as she prepare for at the level of 9, which is she's on her way to try to prepare herself in the next year and a half for the elite status level. So again, thanks again. Okay, I'm here. I'm listening, Tori and David, because I'm one of the ones I don't know. I need to know how to get myself out there. Thank you again, everybody.
Yeah, and Miss Marilyn,
you ain't trying. You are out
you
there,
are
Miss Marilyn.
exactly. And not only that, ma'am, we're not calling you out. We're calling you up, and we're utilizing you as an example because I literally got you up here on my list of how for you. If you guys don't know, go up to her business box up there at the top, empoweringminds.io, and you can see the amazing work that we did with her business and how we were able to transition and pivot her business into the future. And we heard from a little birdie. She's going to be joining us in our Hello Plaza Mall as well, to where now, prime example, here we go, Miss Marilyn, you ready? We're going to be able to now provide in your business box where you can have a membership platform that now you can host all of your actual videos, everything in there. And then when you get your business into the metaverse and your back office, or your back office that you get in your plaza room, we then can showcase all of your actual, membership platforms. And a membership that you probably should come up with would be to where you teach other early child care educationers how they could start helping their clients out and what information they need, right? You also could do another one to where you could teach and have something for the children. And especially with some of your webinars that you have now that you're building right now, we could create a whole entire membership platform that instead of you going to these organizations and saying, hey, I have an actual, course that I do. Hey, I have an actual membership platform that you now can get your people involved in, and they can learn at their pace, where they don't have to show up at this particular date, this particular time. They have access where they can log in. And now that same course that I did, that that they had to get registered for, we now can set it up in my membership to where now we can be able to utilize it in a different way. And so that in itself for you, Miss Marilyn, would be a huge benefit as we continue to build out your business and pivot you into the future, to where you all have to understand a monthly membership helps you stop working. It helps you stop being the janitor of your business. And now, as you do these webinars, as you do these different, things for your business, you now put those into your membership, just like a portion of this will. A portion of what we just shared today will be in our monthly membership, that now people can go back and be like, ooh, these are the top 20 reasons why I should, build a monthly membership. Ooh, these are the companies that are currently doing it. Ooh, these are the facts of why I should do it. And so we're utilizing this one time, right? That we're doing this and now utilizing it even more importantly. And then we have AI apps that literally could take this and chop it up and screw it, and then be able to build a social media as well to promote this. And so this in itself is a huge way that you guys can be able to implement this alone. Miss Marilyn, did you have any questions? I saw you had your hand up. Did you have something for us?
No, thank you. Can't wait.
Did you like that idea?
I'm excited. Yes, I do. I am excited.
Perfect. I love it.
I'm very excited, especially what's on the horizon for Empowering Minds. And you seen what came, right? I sent you a link.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a state approved state by Illinois. Y'all have helped me so much that y'all have really jump started me to take my business to the next level, meaning to train in other states, become a trainer in other states. So I'm working on that. So I'm just excited on what's ahead.
Absolutely.
In this partnership, in this membership that I got with Hello LLC. So I'm just excited and hope everybody else just jump on board. Because I didn't have nothing, didn't know nothing, still kind of is a little confused on things. But it has been just a pleasure teaming up with y'all guys. It's been awesome.
Absolutely. Miss Marilyn, it's been awesome to see the growth and your spirit and your energy and your frequency just lift up this whole entire time, which is why we share with people. It's about mind, body, and soul, right? We can share all these tips, all these tricks, everything we possibly can share with you, but it's you that has to be able to get rid of that old mindset of, oh, I'm not good at that. Oh, that's not my cup of tea. Oh, I can't do that. And this is where we share with people, you got to drop that, because right now, as I shared earlier, this is the best time to be building your business, building your brand, and living in today's society, because now it's copy, paste, drag, drop. And now after yesterday's ChatGPT 4.0, it ain't even copy, paste, drag, drop no more. Now it's just speak it, and it's created to where you don't have to type out these prompts or anything of that sort. You just have to know what to say and how to say it. And so this is where we get to be better at communicating with each other. And that's what we continue to share with you guys, that as this new technology has came about, it's going to advance. It's going to increase productivity. And once again, did you guys know this? When they came out with the dishwasher, people were scared like no other about the dishwasher, right? I wish I had a dishwasher here in Mexico. Okay. We do not have any dishwashers here in Mexico.
We are the dishwasher.
We are the dishwasher. And so I say that because just how far we've came, that let your house go without the dishwasher, and there's going to be some smoke in the city and some furniture moving around here. And that is where we're going to get to, where this AI, let your Grammarly check go out on your phone. A lot of you ain't going to be able to send no messages because you don't know how to spell. And I speak for myself being the first one in line on that.
Or they will, they'll just send it misspelled.
Be misspelled like no other. A lot of you can't live without Alexa or Siri. You try, putting your grocery list or reminding yourself of all this stuff. And so this is where we continue to remind you guys, anytime in history there has been anything that has been added, it has never created a deficit. When the internet came around, it created more jobs. When, the actual cars came around, it created more transportation. When, email came about compared to fax to email or just mailing, it created more. When an apple tree is growing and it creates another apple, it creates another apple to create another apple tree, that now one apple tree that grew 14 apples, now the second one creates the same 14, and now we got 28 apples, and we've increased. With this AI, we shared with you guys a couple months ago that people are scared out of their wits that it's going to take your job. In fact, it's going to create a surplus of 150 million jobs for us. And so people that you're listening to talking about, oh, I'm not sure about this AI, is going to take away jobs, this, that, and the other. Once again, make sure before you take people's resources, you check out the source. And I'm here to share with you, it's going to provide more. Just like with the robotics, just like with a lot of these things that are coming out, it's taking us from the traditional mundane things for us to be able to create and spend more time with life itself, our family, our relationship, things that we want to do. And so don't be afraid of this new transition in this phase of us moving forward into this new world. Your ass was watching the Jetsons and Flintstones and oohing and eyeing and wish we had flying cars and telling people we're going to have this, that, and the other. It's here. Buckle up, buttercups. Welcome to the future. And so this is where we continue to share with you guys these progressive moments of how implementing, as today's conversation, a membership platform into your business. And as we continue this conversation, right, if you are a fitness member, you would literally be able to, create a monthly membership subscription that plans out fitness classes, personal training sessions, exclusive membership events. People aren't going to the gym anymore. I shared with people when the pandemic came around, we had a couple of fitness trainers that joined us, and they just shook their head up at us and said, nah, I don't need to do that. I told them then, hey, you might want to start a monthly membership where now you can take, take some of this Peloton money, take some away this Mirror money, and, all these memberships that they're getting, you need to start your own, and including in the metaverse. Nah, I don't want to do that. Okay, welcome. Fashion industry. A clothing retailer could provide a monthly subscription box containing curated outfits based on that customer's lifestyle. Not to mention, let's say you didn't want to actually provide the clothing line. You could pick out the clothing line, partner with some other affiliates that do clothing line, and personalize the clothing for people. There's a lot of people that don't know how to dress. And that fashion artist could create an actual fashion line that they have no overhead on. Food and beverage, Chef Andy, right, could offer a monthly membership for his sauces and delivering, actual, different sauces and how they could cook, how they could, be able to join him on his live, cooking classes. Chef Andy could do one metaverse event in his storefront to where people that do have access to his membership can come and watch him live in, metaverse from their phone, their laptop, or their iPad, and sing with him in his monthly membership. He can start out at $7 a month. He has hundreds, thousands of people that would love to do that right now. Okay. If you're a software company, you could, provide a monthly membership that has access to tools and regular updates, right, to support those particular clients. So, a beauty and personal care cosmetics brand could offer a monthly subscription providing selective skincare or makeup products tailored by that customer, or somebody or you've been able to filtrate what they should be utilizing so they don't have to go through what works, what doesn't work. They can have it broken up into segments of dry skin, medium skin, light skin, white skin, black skin, and they can have all of these different genres.
I love
Of
listening to
You
you
like
talk
that?
about beauty. When
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
The dude with no hair talking about beauty.
yeah.
Anyhow, don't be talking about me. Anyhow, these are different ways that you guys could create different subscriptions. Healthcare would be remedies, services of a monthly membership. You see a lot of people that are on TikTok and social media that have these different remedies that they use. Instead of actually selling the products directly to you so they don't come off as that guy, they can say, hey, join my monthly membership and I have access to all these remedies that you can get access to, that then could show them the products that they need to go purchase from a third party, or if they have their own, membership, or if they have their own products. Here goes Miss Marilyn again, right? Education, online learning platform that could offer monthly subscription plans to access library courses of tutorials, interactive learning materials, webinars, masterclasses, social audio events. Boom, you've collected a library of education, right? Home services, a cleaning company could offer a monthly subscription plan on regular home cleaning visits, or options for additional services and set up deep cleaning and organization. Hell, some of you that have products right now that aren't being sold, you could package that up into a monthly subscription and give people access to that. A lot of you have been on these social audio apps, seeing people do that exact same thing. And so why aren't you doing it? I know when I saw it being done, especially by John Lee, I was like, I'm on it. It's done, right? We're already implementing some newer things into our Pivot membership that's dealing with AI and technology for you guys to be able to implement. Hey, Miss Marilyn. Hey, Miss Grace. Welcome to the room. And so, with that being said, we talk about travel companies. Travel companies can implement a monthly membership agency to offer monthly subscription plans for access to exclusive travel deals, personalized tips, training services, and discounts accommodations. Tara and I are looking at Thailand as being the next spot that we travel to. And Tara's been looking at Thailand stuff left and right. And if there was a person out there that had a monthly subscription for all the tips and tricks about, Thailand and where you could get things, where you shouldn't do things, this, that, and the other, Tara ass would have probably been signed up by now. And so these are things that you guys could be able to implement, especially
people want your information,
curated information at that.
Yes.
Right.
They want to know what your experience was, what you did to get through it, and was it successful? Yep. Period. And the more people that go through that, the more social validation that it gets.
And so, as we talk about, entertainment, someone that has an entertainment, let's say a singer, a writer, a poem. There's a lot of people out there that do, the poems, and they could be able to have a streaming platform that offers monthly subscription to their actual songs, their actual poems, to where it's not just on YouTube, it's not just on Instagram. They actually have a library of their poems and things of that sort that people can come and listen to if they want access to it. $7 a month. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and all these companies are about to start charging you. Why would you go through that when you could set up your own, right? And so, those are just some of the few. If anybody wants to tag in or ask any more additional questions, please do. Tara, if you have anything you want to add, let's go.
Well, first of all, I think the information that we shared today is extremely helpful for people to understand the why, and to break through those I can'ts, because we as humans kind of just always, default to the I can't. And so, it just comes down to the simple fact that, we will, as a human disposition, we will go into what challenges we run into, or I don't have that information, or I can't do that, or that's a lot of work. And what our goal is today is to bust through that, to show you how you can, to be a service to you if you need that, but really to be inspiration mostly. And so that it inspires you all to start that look, there was a young lady that we met, David and I met, at the beginning of our business around 8 years ago. And she shared when she went through some life challenges where this is pre-COVID, so this is pre-2020. She went through some life challenges, and there was a big hurricane that went through Houston, and it wiped out her office. She was a doctor, and it wiped out her office. And the subscription membership program that she was a part of, that she offered to her clients, her clients that are at her doctor office, that was when the hurricane happened, and it wiped out her physical office. It wiped out all of her overhead that she had stored in a warehouse. It even wiped out her house. The only thing that she had left standing, because she didn't have a doctor's office for clients and patients to come in and see her, was this subscription model that she had implemented. And so I share this because it is really important to understand that this is having some sort of subscription membership model is a safety net. It is a safety net that for you as just a human that has overhead expenses, whether it's living expenses or business expenses, that life happens. And whether you have all the insurance in the world or whatever it is, there are gaps in life. How many times have any of you been a part of, whether you've had to do an insurance claim on your car or your home or a natural disaster, and the time between, it happening and the time that you get your money is sometimes weeks, definitely days. It's not hours. And the thing I'm trying to share is that when we have successful models in place, it allows us to have a safety net in case anything has happened. David and I have experienced it as well. And thank goodness that we had a membership model that we had a little bit of a fallback on to make sure that we had a safety net. And so it happens to everybody in every business. It's something that we all have to understand, that we are not going to get through this life without any challenges. But the thing is having these things in our business, these safety valves, these foundations, these systems in place, so that way when life does happen to us, we're not having to call our uncle or our parents or, our siblings, or start a donation fundraising event because we are in desperate need, right? And so this allows us to mitigate some of these stressors in life if we will take action now and push the button now.
Push the button.
A lot of us are scared to push the button because we're afraid that we have the nuclear codes and we're going to blow everything up. Nope, you're not. No worries. But the thing is that you might have the idea, you might have even the want to, like, yeah, I'm going to do that, but you don't have the time. Well, then get on the phone with us for a discovery call, ask some questions, figure out how much it would be for us to do it for you. Bada bing, bada boom. Or get on the call with us, let us break it down to the steps you need to do, and off you go. Like, that's how easy it is. You don't have to even spend money. Just get on the call, be able to utilize your, as we say, the 4 most expensive things that we have, one of them being a closed mouth. Because a closed mouth, you're not opening to ask for help. Another one is a closed hand. You're not out there with an open hand, pushing buttons, with a hand, not a hand out, but a hand out for assistance, for guidance. Because all of us want to, a lot of us don't know how to or how to get there. The other 2 are a closed mind and a closed heart. And a closed mind simply means that you're not open to new things to be able to do in your business, to be able to make sure you have a safety net in place, make sure that you're working smarter, not harder, to where you're not just doing the content here. And then, oh my, guys, we're speaking from experience. We used to do the content. We would have these rooms right here. And then someone would get on the phone with us, one of our clients or whatever, and they'd be like, can you show me how to do? And then we would do it. And then we would just get off the phone. And then the next thing, 2 weeks later, we'd have another client going, can you show me how to do? And we're like, we just showed so-and-so how to do this. Why are we not recording this? Why are we not, putting this information down on paper, as they say, or, getting it into a digital format so that way we can get it back into the hands of people that need it. And so it really comes down to, are you willing to do the work once? Make sure you have it set up to where you can capture the material so that way you don't have to continue to repeat yourself, because how many of us ultimately want time freedom? Ultimately, we want the freedom to say, I want to do this in my business or my life, and I don't want to have to answer to no one, no how, and don't have to worry about money.
Boom.
That's ultimately what we want. So why are we not working smarter than harder?
Yeah.
Back to you, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, no, that's so spot on. And, that's why we encourage people to join our Pivot membership, at starting at $7. $7 is 23 cents a day. Some of y'all got a junk drawer right now that got that and more in it, to where, you can learn how to start your Google SEO. You can learn how to start your YouTube. You can learn how to utilize your social media. You can learn how to start your TikTok, how to utilize some of these, video cutting and apps. You can learn so many different things about how to be able to increase your business, that even now, some of you don't have the basics in place, and you're talking about moving and pivoting forward into this 3D immersive world. And once again, if you don't know the basics, you're not going to be able to move forward into this Web3. And that's where we come into place, where we can show you, we can teach you, or we can do it for you. It is completely up to you. But one thing that we continuously remind people, and I love that Tara shared it, is you got to relinquish those 4 expensive things, and they're all free. It's really you just getting out of your own pride, your own ego, and your own stubbornness to say, hey, you know what? It is the 5th month of 2024, and I haven't done anything new to my business or implemented anything new for my business. And yet I'm going to the barbecue. I was talking at Mother's Day, when I was around family, asking me how the business was going, what you're doing, this, that, and the other. Oh, it's going great. And you ain't implemented a new doorknob since before the pandemic, right? But yet we talk about the churches and we talk about all these other institutions that aren't doing anything new. But what are you doing is the real question, because we're always quick to count everybody else's money, but we're not counting our own and what we're doing in our own business and our own brand. And sorry to be so upfront and blunt, but it's the truth. Fight me over it, right? And so, this is where we really are coming to the table to share with you guys, especially the facts that, I'll share with you guys once again of how critical it is to have, an actual subscription-based model in your business. I don't care what you do. And if you have any questions of, hey, David, hey, Tara, what would I do if I'm doing this? Come on up, ask us, and let's get to it, right? To where it's going to be able to help you with a predictable revenue. 80 to 90% of your revenue can come from reoccurring customers, okay? Customer retention. You having a customer retention of 5% can increase your profits by 25 to 95%, okay? Increasing customer lifetime value. You're going to increase your customer lifetime value of people being with you up to 50%, not just a one-hitter quitter, okay? Not only that, long customer acquisition costs. It's going to be 5 to 25 times more expensive than of you retaining these customers, right? Other than just getting one. So let me say it in a different way. Low customer acquisition costs. You're not going out having to find new customers here and there, everywhere. You have a completely whole entire repertoire of members that have joined you that you can go back and say, hey, I see you using that Linktree. Do you want to upgrade to a Biz in a Box or one app, one tap that you can stop, showcasing Linktree and stop promoting their business? Or, hey, I see you got that old crusty dusty website that got a whole bunch of pictures, a whole bunch of reading. And if you're not grabbing people's attention in 7 seconds, they're out of there. hey, I saw that, you just did a webinar or you just got a brand new podcast. Would you like to have an AI motion works to where you don't have to be and do the introduction every time? You now have an avatar that introduces you, that separates you, and really, gives you something different to present to your clients. Those are just some of the things that we can go back to our clientele and start renegotiating and start re-engaging those clients. Even more so, our customers that have got our Biz in a Box or our Hello AI MotionWorks or have joined our Pivot membership. Hey, this metaverse, this Web3, this third generation of the internet, you now can get your business into the metaverse that people can join from their phone, from their laptop, from their iPad, and they can join into our metaverse and they can see your business in a completely different way. Say, what? Yes, come and check it out now for yourself. And so, this allows you to continue to give people access to what you do as you're building your business. And guess what? This phone call right here alone is going to be in our Pivot membership. That's why some of y'all are probably seeing the replays are off. We cut that off. So now you're going to have to join our Pivot membership to get these replays, which I encourage you guys all to do, right? The abundance amount of information that we provide on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday for our Wisdom Wednesday, our Hello Pivot Thursdays with the guests that we bring on, is priceless. It's priceless to those that want to take action and start pressing some buttons and start doing those things right now, because it's not going to be too much longer that we have this time. As like I shared with you guys, Instagram is rolling out where you got to pay to play. That's Facebook. So LinkedIn is already been there, where those of you that are utilizing the LinkedIn Prime, $99 a month, knock yourself out, right? And so
that used to be me.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of us. And so this is where you really have to start looking at it. We have been at this model of where we're going. So we encourage you guys to join in. And so, with that being said, Love, you got anything else you want to add, or anybody else want to share or come up on stage and put in their 2 cents? Let's go. Jules, you got anything you want to add?
I love it. Well, I think at the end of the day, it comes down to the simple understanding of, the hows, the who's, the what's, the whys. And, like you shared with everybody, we're now taking our replays and putting them behind our Pivot membership. And because, again, I'm going to go back and I'm going to sound like a harp, a squeaky wheel, is that you have to do your work one time and be able to record it. So that way, then once you capture that material, you can chop it up for content in the future. You can put it into your membership. You can do whatever you want with it, but you need to be capturing your information that you are sharing. If you're just getting up, and sharing and having, your room in Clubhouse or fan base or LinkedIn or just doing a live, and not knowing how to capture those videos or that audio and being able to plug it into your podcast, being able to plug it into, your social media content creator, like our Magic Jewel app, being able to do all of those things. If you don't know how to do that and you're working harder than smarter, I feel for you, because we've been there. And I am a systems girl. I love systems. I am, again, like I share, I'm the laziest, smartest, hardest working person you'll ever know, because I like systems, meaning I don't want to do something that is repetitive. Like I'm literally doing, stuff right now that's repetitive action that I don't have a system for. And it drives me crazy. It's like, I wish I had a system for this, but it's, that's not feasible at this moment with what I'm doing. And so point being is, let's utilize technology, like David was sharing, Web3, AI, all of these other things. Let's utilize those so that way we're able to work smarter, not harder. And that's the point of it. Is a lot of you are going to say, well, where do I get the content from? I don't want to sit down and have to create all this content. I'm telling you right now, you all already have the content. You just need to organize it. It's kind of like, or reorganizing your pantry or your closet. You just need to reorganize it so that way it's then presentable for the public. Like right now, how many of you would allow the public to see your closet, ladies? I'm just going to say, because most of us are, in a whirlwind of getting things in or out of it. And about once, a week or maybe once a month, we go back around and we tidy up and we, put everything back in it. Or, maybe it's once a day you do that, however often. But there is a state of distress your closet is in at some point where you got clothes everywhere, you got things everywhere, and you're just like, nope. I remember our David and I's first date, guys. You have to understand. It was our first date. And he asked to use the restroom, and I was like, it was tied to my closet. And my restroom and closet looked like a girl had just like a whole ton of girls had just gotten ready, and there was clothes everywhere, there was makeup everywhere, there was hair tools everywhere, curling irons and blow dryers and all kinds of stuff everywhere. And I was like, one moment, you could not go in my bathroom until I get that fixed and cleaned up. Like, guys, we've been together 14 years later, and then did I find out that he didn't really need to go to the bathroom after I got it cleaned up because he had to go somewhere else because I took too long getting it cleaned up. And so I share that funny story because if I had a clean bathroom or a clean closet / restroom, I would have been like, oh yeah, go ahead, no worries. But because I was a typical girl, I had stuff everywhere. And that's the thing. On our business, we have stuff everywhere. It's just what's so, because we don't have enough time to keep everything organized, which is why we say utilize technology. So that way, when you have all of this content that you're creating, you're utilizing it in 3, 4, 5 different ways. You're cutting it up for a TikTok. You're putting it on your YouTube. You're, monetize, or you're putting a segment on your YouTube. You're putting the whole shebang on your Pivot membership or your membership. I said it's just like you did earlier too, putting it on your membership. And that way your platform is what I was trying to get out. But that way then you are able to chop it up and share excerpts of what you did, and then the main content people have to pay to get, or maybe you have some that's free. I don't know. However you want to set up your membership, it's up to you. But that's why we're here to have this conversation. It is about sparking this conversation. It's about understanding that this is the current topic of a lot of conversations is AI, Web3, fintech, metaverse, cryptocurrency, blockchain, whatever you want to call it. This is all a part of it. And if you're offering services and goods, it's going to get to the point where your membership, the content you put in your membership, you're going to be able to digitalize that in a Web3 format to where it then becomes tokenized. And that way, then people are then in even a further subscription of understanding the Web3 side. That's a little bit further down the road. I'm not going to jump into it and confuse everybody, but start now. Get your foundation set up now, so that way when these pivots are made, when we are moving fully into Web3, because right now, guys, we've left Web 2. Like, we have left Web 2. Yes, we're still utilizing Web 2 as we're having this conversation right here on all these platforms, but we are at the door of Web 3 knocking. Let's imagine this. Web 2 is your car. Web 3 is your house. You have pulled up into your driveway. You got out of your car, which is Web 2, and you're walking to the door of your house, which is Web 3. That's where we're at. So that means you're home because you're on the little sidewalk that takes you up to your front door. You're at the front door getting ready to walk in your front door. We're there. That's where we're at. We're on the doorstep of Web3, meaning and I just listened to this in a podcast today on a Web3 podcast, which was Target, guys. Target has come out with has a toy that is like a $7 stuffed animal that has a QR code associated to it. Once you get the stuffed animal, you scan the QR code. It brings you into a digital metaverse world. What a thought.
Hello.
Where you get to create an avatar. What a thought. That mimics the stuffed animal that you got. And then you can purchase assets to dress the stuffed animals. So put hats on it. It's how many of you remember the paper dolls that we used to have to cut out the paper, and like fold it over and fold it around?
Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear. This is all digital now, guys. And so now what's happening is you have a physical asset that is taking you into Web3. Guess what? That they do this for a reason. There is a reason behind the method to the madness is what I was trying to get out, because they want people to understand that when they do this and they start introducing the kids to it, start introducing your finances to it. How many of you can walk in, tap and go, don't even take your card anywhere? How many times is your purse set at, your house and you just take your ID and you have your phone and that's it, because you don't need those cards anymore. They're all on the tap and go. That is Web3. That is where we're going. They're putting it in place now to where you have little small exposures to it, to where that way when the big conversion happens, you're not freaking out, because you're already down the path before you even know you've left the freaking go spot. The train's already left the station down the tracks on Web3, and you don't even know that, because they do it so small. They do it in small little increments. And so this is why it's important to understand, have your foundation set, get your systems and strategies, get your memberships in place, get your subscriptions in place, because then when we start making these full transitions, your information's already there. It's a click of the button. You're not having to recreate it. And that's what's happening a lot of times, is your technical debt is too big, and too far, that gap is too far, that it's so daunting that I have to do all this work to keep caught up. And it's like, yeah, boss, if you would have done it in the beginning, and how many of us remember our parents telling us that?
Yeah.
If you would have just picked up your room every day and put your dirty clothes in the dirty hamper and put your shoes in the
Some
closet.
of y'all telling y'all kids that right now, and you ain't
hang
paying
up your
attention.
clothes, make your bed every day, and put your toys in the box or whatever it is. Tidy up. Take 15 minutes to tidy up every day. Or like my mom used to always say, if you do the dishes while you're cooking, there are no dishes to be done when you get done with cooking.
Hello.
So if you set up your systems and foundations now, you're not going to have to do this later on. And guys, I'm going to be real blunt for a second. And David's usually the blunt one.
Come on with it, baby.
Most of you guys listen to us in this conversation, but only a few of you are taking action. Just because you're around the campfire and listening to the conversation and not taking action doesn't mean that you're going to then not get left behind. You might be knowledgeable about the situations. You might be knowledgeable about what's coming down the pipeline. But if you're not taking action to be relevant within that, then you will get left behind, because you will just be that person that was like, I knew that before everybody else did. Well, why didn't you do anything? Why didn't you push the button? Why didn't you take action? Why didn't you get first to market or second to market or 10th to market?
Why didn't you call Hello LLC and get your own business up and going?
Why didn't you? And so I love each and every one of you, but we all have this thing called procrastination that gets the best of us sometimes. And sometimes procrastination is linked to finances. We understand. We get that. Hold on. Let me finish. But be mindful that where you're spending your money, because if you're spending your money on all of these subscriptions that you ain't using, and you going to Starbucks and doing all of this stuff and spending, going out on a Friday because I deserve a good meal. And look, let me tell you, David and I deserve a lot of things. But 8 years ago, we chose to stop going out on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night like we used to do. And we chose to set in on those nights and do work in our business, to build our business, to educate ourselves, to build the systems, so that way we could do rooms like this and show up and share with you guys. We made that sacrifice. We still make that sacrifice. And a lot of you guys won't make that sacrifice. And I'm just going to say right now, you have no one else to blame but yourself when we get there and the train leaves the station and you're still sitting at the station and everybody else is on the train. That's what I have to say.
You heard the lady. So I love that, baby.
I'm gonna go get some water on that note.
Well, you're telling the truth though. which is the crazy thing, especially.
And I hate being the one to say that in the sense of being.
Don't hate.
Hold on. I hate being the one to be so like, not aggressive about it because I didn't share aggressively, but I hate to be the one ripping off people's bandages. I love to be able to, pat you on the back and say, good job, and move you along and live in that kumbaya state. I really do. But a lot of times we're not all there. And so we can't all live in kumbaya if we're not taking action. So sometimes you're just it is the point where we have to rip off the Band-Aid. David is the one that rips off the Band-Aid most times, but you guys have to stop and understand. Don't sit here because you're around the campfire and think, oh, I'm close in proximity, so I'm going to go. No, take your feet, Tom and Jerry, and get on the train. You got to get on the train. Take some action.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. Especially for those people that do say, oh, I know about this, oh, I know about that, and they're not implementing it or they're not utilizing it. In prime example, we've shared with a lot of you guys about, our Biz in a Box. And some of these same people come into our room with this link tree or this old dated website. And I'm like, what are you doing? We cannot sit here and explain to you more how you have to upgrade your foundation and your system in the 2D world, let alone hear us about this 3D immersive world where people aren't making that pivot. And more importantly, it blows my mind, especially a lot of our clients being women. I'll see a brand new purse when they told me, oh, well, David, I'll get my Biz in a Box in 3 or 4 months, and I see a brand new Louis Vuitton. I'm not counting your money, but I do know that you should be investing in your business other than a purse, because a lot of the times we want to look good, but we don't want to do good. And it blows my mind that we want to look good with, these materialistic things, but we don't want to look good with our business where, your purse look or your purse game should be equivalent to your showcasing your business game, your website game, right? How you show up. I'm more than certain now that Miss Marilyn has her Biz in a Box, her talking about empowering minds is like no other. That's a brand new bag that a lot of people don't have, especially when she adds this metaverse feature to it, where, somebody else that's talking about early childhood and they come talking about their link tree, or they come talking about, here goes my business card. That's going to be a night and day conversation. But yet they got the brand newest Louis Vuitton or going on the latest vacation or got the newest car. But, they're not talking about their business. And Tara won't say it, but we say it all the time. A lot of people out here just saying they have a business to say they have a business because it's a hobby. And it's really not a business, and they're not treating it like it's a business. And people are listening to them as they have a business, and they're getting caught up in the mix. And unfortunately, that's what happens a lot of the times, especially a lot of the entrepreneurs that we talk to, is that they talk a big game, but they're not walking a big game, especially knowing the processes and systems for creating these experiences that they want, but they're not creating it and expecting people to falter back to these old school mentalities, or these things don't work. Prime example, I was in one room earlier this week, and this lady was sharing with people, hey, go to my website and fill out this, that, and the other. The damn website didn't work.
Uh-huh.
The website did not work. It went to the Google domain name. And I'm like, this is a prime example.
Yep.
We want to talk the big game, but we're not walking the big game and making sure that we're showcasing our the right way.
Well, it takes me into, I have to also remember, that's exactly where I was going with it. Back in my corporate days, I worked for a company that the two owners are like mother and father to me to this day. They are very important in my life. They're, like mentors to me. And I worked with them for 15 years. And we were a very small company, meaning it was the two owners and myself. We had a lot of contract labor, but we also were the number 3 in our industry within the United States. So we did large amounts of volume for just the 3 of us. And because we had the proper systems and we had, I had 2 owners that were so dedicated. And I remember so many times, guys, that these guys, I would get to work at, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes 9:30 in the morning. I'd get to the office Jay would have already been there since 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
Lynn was, right behind him. They would work. We would, I would run out, grab lunch. We would eat lunch in the office, and then we get right back to it. I would be leaving, going home at 5 o'clock, and they would still be there. Jay and Lynn would work till 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the office. They'd rinse and repeat. They would be the ones in on Saturdays. They would be in on Sundays at the office working. The two owners, they didn't expect that of me. They set my hours. They said, you be here when you need, during those hours, and that's it. And I remember having multiple conversations with my mom, because my mom always laughs. My brother and my dad were entrepreneurs in our family, and they were born with entrepreneur spirit. I started out in corporate America and then moved over to the entrepreneur side. And my mom always, gives us so many props, because she always says, that takes a lot of courage and a lot of dedication. And she's like, I didn't have that dedication of wanting to dedicate my time to that. I wanted to do other things with my time to dedicate it. And so my point being is, it is a dedication when you are actually going to have a business and not a hustle, a side hustle. There's nothing wrong with a side hustle. If you just, you're happy with where you're at and you want to have a little, then that's fine. Identify that, hey, I got a little side hustle that I like to do, but a business, an actual business, it requires dedication. It requires you waking up in the middle of the night and making sure you answer your clients' emails or questions if they're having a problem that you're the only one that can fix. If it's your products, services, or goods that you provided and you need to make sure it's taken care of, you got to show up. You have to show up when you don't want to show up. You have to show up when you're sick. You have to show up when you're not sick. It comes down to understanding that dedication. And for many, 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 many years, guys, I will tell you, I had no want. I was like, heck with that. I'll trade my time for money at a job, and I'll be fine with that. And I lived in that world for a very, very, very long time, until I realized I'm tired of living in that world because of the people that I was working for, new people, new company, and the toxicity that was within that environment versus what I was used to. If I could work at the same company that, with Jay and Lynn, I'd be there till probably this day right now. But they had to retire at some point. And when they did, that meant that I moved on to a new position. And when I did, that was the biggest blessing I ever received, because it opened my eyes. It opened what I was seeing. And so we share this. We share all of this information with you guys. We share how to do things. We share why we do things. We share the experience behind it. We share the pain point of why we got to where we got and why we're doing it so much, to the fact that we do understand that just because we share with you guys, we hope that you guys just take it and learn from our lessons, but we all know that we're human and we're going to learn from our own lessons. And we might resonate with something I said today and be like, man, I'm kind of in that same position too. I now am a part of a toxic, environment within a job. And this is not what I want. And I've always wanted to help people do this instead. Now's the time to explore those things. Now's the time to get a membership set up behind the scenes. Now's the time to stop prioritizing the entertainment in your life and start prioritizing the knowledge and expertise into monetization. A lot of times we say this, what is it? Broke-minded people entertain themselves. Mm-hmm. Rich-minded or wealthy-minded people educate themselves. And I say that because it's minded. David says broke, I'll let him say it the way he says it. But I say it with minded because it's broke-minded or wealthy-minded. How are you going to choose?
I mean the same thing. I just don't put
I know you do. I know.
But I like how you put that. But anyhow, look here, guys. We appreciate you guys joining us today. If you would like to join our Pivot membership, go to our actual hellollc.io and be able to click that big button that says Pivot membership. You can join our Pivot membership, like we said, at $7, $27 a month, get you a one-on-one with us. We're able to also help you out with your events in our Hello Plaza. You also get additional access to our social media content and strategy sessions as well. And then, if you wanted to build some content, you want us to do some additional things for your business, we also have our VIP We also have a gold membership as well, to where we can also do, your actual social media on a weekly basis, because we get it. A lot of the times people don't know what to do, how to do it, and they just want to, hey, can you do it? Absolutely. And that's why a lot of you guys should be looking at your business and not trying to be the one solopreneur, because as we share with people, you're great at the training, you're not great at the transition. And even those people that do social media, even those people that do have their own clientele, we still can help you upgrade your systems and implement systems that you are not doing right now that can help you gain more customers, especially showcasing your systems and platforms. And so definitely hit us up in the back channel, send us a DM. You can get a complimentary, discovery call with us as well. You just have to open up your mouth, get some fingers to moving, and open that mindset. And more importantly, invest in yourself, especially at 23 cents a day. You can upgrade, you can downgrade, you can exit, you can come back, whatever you want to do, just do it. But do something differently than you did yesterday. And we can promise you we can thrive together. So with that being said, love,
kindness,
integrity,
but most importantly,
commitment,
and consistency.
and until next time,
Toodles!
talk to you guys later.